What's up guys, the Strong Boys 19 here. This is going to be my latest video into my occasional video segment of talking about concerts that I've attended. This one is very special for me to say in this video. And also not only it's Halloween, but today is the perfect moment to address this is the 33rd anniversary of Fear Factory's formation. The same date as Halloween. Nearly 35 years as a band, which is absolutely insane. For this concert review, it is going to be with my first time seeing Fear Factory inside KK Steel Mill in Wolverhampton. This is the second time me and my brother went to the venue, because the first time was Devin Townsend, which was an amazing, glorious experience in its own right. With Fear Factory playing inside a venue that we've seen previously to see live music, we couldn't miss out with this opportunity, because Fear Factory has been one of my longest, most favourite metal bands of all time. I adored the band's music since the mid-2000s, well, before I was a teenager basically. This is in part of their Disruptor gigs. Fear Factory also have three support bands: Ghosts of Atlantis, Ignea from Ukraine, and Butcher Babies. So let's get started. The travel from here to the venue was an absolute nightmare. The weather was atrocious. It was pouring down with rain throughout these many hours. The journey was a long time to get there, to be honest with you. It was so bad because we had to deal with the constant traffic lights and bad drivers, to more confusions through these roads of where we're going to park. And when we got there, I did feel incredibly gutted that we have missed Ghosts of Atlantis' set. Prior to the event, I have noticed on Instagram that Ghosts of Atlantis followed me on Instagram. So after we had missed their set, after we got inside the venue, I decided to message the band on Instagram to send my apologies that we've missed the set because of the bad weather and bad traffic. They were cool about it, which is really nice to see. I did feel really bad, because I was so looking forward to it. I promised to the band I wanted to see them, but obviously it didn't turn out very successfully. I am going to still discover the music and will become a new fan for the band. The venue has been one of my favourites ever since I went inside KK Steel Mill for the first time to see Devin Townsend. It was a huge crowd, a ton of people wearing different band shirts, seeing the merchandise section at the corner inside one of the parts of the venue. And the sound has been incredible, especially when Devin Townsend played live. The sound was amazing through the speakers, through the PA system, to the sound of the equipment, of instruments, to the gear. It's a fantastic venue. So after Ghosts of Atlantis' set, Ignea, as I said, from Ukraine, came on stage. What is amazing is, despite that Ukraine is still going through very big trouble with the war, Ignea were very powerfully brave and amazing, because they were really dedicating musicians to share their own art to different people from different countries. When they started the set, the volumes from the bass to the guitars were not really coming out from the speakers very well, but thankfully after, I believe, the first 2 or 3 songs, the sound guy did turn up the volume so that I have heard everything in complete satisfaction. They are a melodic metal band, and to me they were brilliant through the engagement to the crowd, and the vocalist brought out her amazing sound through vocals, of growls to the cleans that were powerful, the rest of the musicianship to the energy from the band members has been wonderful to see. Their set was really good. What I really liked a lot is that their vocalists have introduced the origins to some of the later tracks during their set. The crowd were really positive to the band. What a great set. After they have left the stage, I took out my phone and decided to follow them on Instagram. Butcher Babies, they're the last band on before Fear Factory came on later on. Butcher Babies, I thought, were the heaviest out of the three support bands. Butcher Babies were intensifying. I did not know what to really think. I'm not saying that in a bad way, but I didn't know what to think because of how manic it was. Their style to their art was really enjoyable. The vocalists to the rest of the band were all over the place through a lot of high interaction to energetic feeling around the stage, the screams to the cleans. Insane, especially the sound of her screams. Insane and very well projected tonality of her vocal cords. The style of music was rhythmic, and even though Ignea blew me away, I did respect and enjoy the set of Butcher Babies' music. The crowd was so into it as well. Crazy people going as mental as ever. And just like with the set of Ignea's performance, the crowd gave them a big positive reception as well. After their set, the anticipation for Fear Factory was really high. And when they came on stage, I was smiling, and during the whole set I was headbanging as intensely like a maniac. The neck was getting so brutally sore, and I was wrecking my voice out. I did not take care of it throughout the whole thing. I didn't care, because what can you really do? When you're at a metal show, if you know the words, let it out. The crowd were right into the whole thing. By the way, I will not say any of the songs in the set they played, because the tour is still going, and for those of you who are going to see Fear Factory, I don't want to spoil it for you. Because if you are going to see the band, I would like to let you guys hear the songs that they've chosen to play in front of your own eyes and with your own ears to listen to the band. Tony, the band's bassist, was not there, but they've brought in a Deb bassist. I can't remember his name. I regretfully will apologise. I can't remember. He did a wonderful job stepping in with Dino and company. It is also an honour to see Pete Weber from Havoc on the kit, being the new Fear Factory drummer. Pete Weber is one of my favourite metal drummers in the newer direction of the thrash metal scene from Havoc, but when he played, his beats were very precise, insanely as well crafted to hear his brutal skills on the drums, playing Fear Factory's music. It's phenomenal. Dino, what can I really say? He's one of my favourite metal riff masters of all time, through the technicality, the ferociousness of his originality for Fear Factory's music, the virtuosity to his playing style. It's just magnetic and incredible to see one of my favourite metal musicians ever on that stage. Milo, the band's vocalist, obviously, who replaced Burton, he was really, really strong. His tone of his growls and screams, terrific, and his own melodic range on his cleans were just as really good. I can see it in his heart, in his eyes, that he is right there in the moment, playing with the rest of the band in his own style. He's in his own world with Fear Factory. From the whole anticipation to the different sides of the crowd going so crazy to see different mosh pits, and it's so outstanding that I just still could not put into words whatsoever to describe Fear Factory's set. They've played a big mixture of different songs. Well, like I said, I don't want to spoil anything. After Fear Factory's set had finished, Milo and Dino went to the merch section. Me and my brother went to the line with the other people who wanted to have a picture of both Milo and Dino together and to have autographs or to buy the merchandise that were on the table. It took some time though, and besides that, people in front of us were really excited to meet the band. The two women who were in front of us decided to leave, and I do feel sorry for them because it took more than, I think, 15 to 20 minutes to get every single person with their prized possessions of albums signed by Milo and Dino and have a picture with them. I feel bad for them. I didn't want to leave. I wanted to stay until my time had come. When me and my brother went over to Milo and Dino, right in front of them, it was exciting. Both of them were really gracious enough to sign my 3 favourite Fear Factory albums. Here is Demanufacture, and my favourite Fear Factory album, Obsolete. I decided to bring the Digipack version of Digimortal because the original CD version that I still have has been used, and I still have it since many years. Here's the booklet of the album signed by the both of them.
Okay, guys, step up. Step up. We got all that. How you doing? How's it going? It's a huge honour. Brilliant. Thank you. Brilliant. Long time Fear Factory fan for ages, since I think the mid 2000s. Nice. My brother and I first heard your music through a game called, I think, Demolition Racer. Yeah, Demolition Racer, yeah. Yeah, we adore that game. And your music got me introduced to the band's music. Nice. So, it does mean the world to me.
There was one thing I wanted to do, but I didn't do it in the end. When I did my review for Fear Factory's album Aggression Continuum, there's one point in the review, before I really got to talk about the album, I mentioned a point that I thought was correct, that Burton left Fear Factory due to the legal disputes of owning the Fear Factory name. Dino commented below the video, and I was incorrect. Dino pointed it out to me that I was wrong. I was really shocked and surprised that he did comment on that review. I thought after seeing Fear Factory live, I wanted to be in front of Dino to apologise for the misinformation. But I didn't in the end because it was late at night. I didn't want to take a lot of their time. I don't think Dino's going to be watching this, but if he actually is watching this, my apologies to you. But nevertheless, it was still a huge honour to meet one of my favourite metal musicians and heroes from a band that I have always admired from then to today. And with that being said, guys, that is it. That is my concert experience for seeing Fear Factory inside, once again, at KK's Steel Mill in Wolverhampton. If any of you guys are going to see Fear Factory, I wish you nothing but the best and a blast of a show. Thankfully, the travelling back from Wolverhampton to my home was so much smoother. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll keep you guys posted for more videos in the near future.